Hi everyone, and thanks for following this painting. I'm Andrew White, and welcome to my studio again for the final chapter of the Otago painting. Today we are going to finish this painting off, and I'm going to sign it because I think it's nearly finished. What do you think? Just looking at it now? Yeah, I'm really pleased with the way this painting has turned out. It's got nice depth through here and out to the end of the Otago Peninsula, and I really do quite like what's happening through in this hillside here with nice texture. And yeah, I've had a few compliments on it. It's been hanging in my lounge for a little while, just unfinished, but still it's a good idea to do that because you can get a good idea of what your painting is looking like and where it's going, and gives you a few more thoughts of how you're going to finish it. So what am I going to do to finish it? Well, I'm thinking a little bit more light coming in through here. This hillside through here is a little bit backlit, so the light's coming down through here obviously, so I'm thinking maybe just if the light and the highlights creep around through here. And this is working quite well. I'm not wanting to put too many more highlights into here or into here, although maybe just a little bit into here, and we'll see how that goes. This has worked quite well through here. I don't think I need to do any more highlights into this hillside. I think it's got enough. So first of all, I'm going to give it a bit of a light dusting because it has been up in the lounge collecting a bit of dust for the last few weeks. So I've got a nice big thick brush that I normally use for varnishing paintings, but in this instance I'm going to use it as a duster. Oh, look at the dust come off that. Excellent. And get the dust out of the brush. Okay, let's see what used leftover paint have I got in my container that I can use. Being the miserable artist I am, I'm always looking for ways of saving a bit of paint along the journey. It's a little bit of grey that I could use there, and maybe if I mix a little bit of blue with it, it'll give me the shade I need for my highlights through in here. Some fat mix onto it too. If I can get the lid off. Oh, child-proof lids, don't you love them? I guess that's why they're called child-proof lids. Mix a little bit of fat mix with it. I promise I won't hum today or sing songs while I'm working. Why don't you just put a little bit of green with it too? Mix a little bit of yellow with it. Because blue and yellow make green. Woohoo! This artist did not come down in the last shower, everybody. Blue and yellow make green. Ooh. Not that much yellow. Shoulders back, chest pushed out. Keep the shoulders back, boy. Be a hunchback. You know, somebody called me the hunchback artist of New Zealand on my Facebook channel, rather my YouTube channel. I was horrified. I really was horrified, but I got over it soon enough, and I've been standing against the wall trying to keep my shoulders back, and I'm not sure whether it's working or not. So one of my friends, Wayne Vickers, is on my YouTube channel. I recorded him the other day and did a short interview, hoping to capitalise on some of my broadcasting skills from the past. Have a look at it. It's on my YouTube channel, and see what you think, and leave some comments if you like, because I think it looks pretty cool. Unlike this situation, I'm able to use my cameras as a videographer and zoom in and get some really, really good shots, but which has made a big difference to those sort of productions. But when I'm just here painting on my own, I'm a little bit limited in what I can do. So hence the head cam, which I think is, honestly, I think it's horrible, and you probably do too. But it's the only real way that I can get close to what I'm doing without having somebody leaning over my shoulder, which obviously would be preferable. Or would it be? So But I tell you what, if I get 1 million subscribers to my YouTube channel, I'll hire a videographer. How does that sound? Okay? And then we can do this once a week. Because I wouldn't have to work. Well, I'm not quite sure about that. My wife might have a different point of view on that. How's that working? Ooh. A little bit of backlit coming through here. A nice soft brush and see what I can do in here. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit more clever with the media arts. I've got my light there now, so that has given me a little bit more light on my face and also on the painting. It's an LED light that I'm using. That seems to be doing the trick quite well. I'll have to check it out later when I do my editing. I'll tell you one thing's for certain though, this video editing is so unbelievably time consuming. I really don't have the computer resources for it. You really do, if I can give anyone advice that's wanting to do this sort of thing, is you need a turbocharged computer, literally. I mean, I don't know a huge amount about computing. I know what a RAM and a ROM is and a few other bits and pieces, but I know one thing's for certain. It really does pay to have a very, very, very good computer when you're doing this, with lots of memory and the RAM, and otherwise it's intolerable. You can make it work, but it crashes, and you know, which is basically what I have to suffer really. But you know, I'm not doing a lot of it, so it's not hugely too much of a worry. If I really get obsessed with it, then I might, well, I will have to upgrade my computer sooner or later anyway, because we all have to do that every 2 or 3 years, I guess. But yeah, I think you're getting a little bit more shape into those hillsides over the other side now. I think that's working. To be honest, I'm painting with my glasses off, aren't I? If I put my glasses on, I might be able to see what I'm doing. Right, let's put my glasses on now. Right, got my glasses on now, can see what I'm doing. It comes in handy when you do painting, doesn't it? To be able to see what you're doing. Anyway, you just wouldn't believe this. I've just been painting for the last quarter of an hour with my glasses off and the lens cap off. The lens cap on my head cam. So I haven't been able to show you anything with the head cam in the last little bit because of the obvious. But anyway, we're here to talk about painting and not media arts. So this is fine arts. It's about creating something that to me is a lot more special. You know why this is so much more special than electronic media arts? It's because of this. I think it's because it's so traditional. And it's so old, and it's been around a long time, and it uses so many parts of your brain, and it's just so much nicer to do, isn't it? I mean, I have to admit I enjoy both. I'm very left and right brained. I was just thinking the other day, doing a marketing paper, strategic brand management at Waikato University at the moment, and our lecturer Carolyn is her name. She is very left-brained. I would say so, but you know, it's just my observations that she's a very left-brained. She's a fine arts artist who went on and did a PhD and is now a marketing professor. There's a mix for you. And yeah, and you can tell in her approach and the way she works that she's very left-brained. She's an artist. She's an artist. Whereas myself, I'm very left and right-brained. I'm business-minded, and I'm analytical. I like to crunch numbers, and I like to do this. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I suppose it can be very confusing sometimes. Do you run the risk of becoming jack of all trades and master of none if you are like that, if you're both left and right-brained? Some research shows that, oh gosh, now I'm quoting research, don't ask me who, but some people say that you get confused as to what you want to do with your life because too many parts of your mind are screaming and making the decisions for you. One thing's for certain though, if I didn't have to worry about making a living and money, I'd just do this. They have a saying that do what you love and the money will follow. Well, it ain't following fast enough. But who knows? I enjoy talking to you people anyway. Enjoy doing this. I think this is working. I think what's happening here is working, definitely. Capture some of this backlit trees. Through there. Soft brush just to try and soften the edges, get it out of the some of these highlights out of the texture. It's good. That's good. Particularly like how that little highlights worked through. We can get closer to it. That little highlights worked through there. Right, I think that's worked quite nicely through here. I don't think I need to do too much more to it. Having said that, maybe a few little highlights way back yonder in the ocean might be good. Maybe a little white caps in the ocean. You know how you get the wind-blown caps of water? Shoulders back. You haven't been reminding me, have you? I'll forgive you. Okay. See how this works. Obviously in these patches where the sun's coming down, like over in here, good idea just to put things in at random, you know, just to break things up. If you make everything uniformed and sort of, when in your art, if I can give you any advice, is to make sure that everything is quite random in its approach, because you know nature is very random, and it's much more pleasing to the eye when things are happening in a random way, rather than being all structured and uniformed. So obviously there's a river, a bar through here, because you know this is the entrance to the harbour. So way out here there would possibly be a reef, maybe, depending on whether it's been dredged or not. So water will be breaking on that reef out there. It would happen in nature. So I'm just putting a few. And there's you know, this is quite a windy peninsula. There's a lot of wind blustering through here, and I want to pick up on the mood of that. So putting a few little white caps here and there. Yes. Sky's good. I don't need to do anything more to the sky. Did you think? Think it looks all right? So I'm going to sign my painting down in here, turn my back on you so I'm hiding the evidence of how I do it. So just to let you know, this is a completely different brand than the one that I sign my cheques with. And I always like to date my paintings too. So the painting's finished. Thank you very much for watching. In the next episode we're going to photograph it in the studio with professional equipment and camera gear and under lights, and we're also going to compare that with photographing it outside in the shade with a cheap consumer branded camera. So that's my next little episode, and this is it for the Otago Peninsula painting. Thank you very much for watching. We'll have to do another one day. See ya.